Welcome to Selena Yoga Jams. Today's Feel Good Flow is centered on the heart, getting a sense of our own personal boundaries and tapping into how we can say yes to ourselves by maybe saying no to something else. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for being here.
We'll start, just shake out the body, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, just release, let go. Any way you need it. I find sound, it really helps me. Try to get everything moving, so some movement in the hips. Have fun with it, like it's really silly, so just play around. Just be a bit ridiculous. We'll do like 30 more seconds. Okay, let's slow it down. We'll plant the feet underneath the hips. So we'll keep going with that idea of letting go. But first, let's just feel the feet on the earth. So I don't know if you can even tell, but I'm very gently rocking forward and back. So just kind of like massaging the feet on the earth. Now at the same time, I want to find a sensation that the spine is like really long, almost like it's being lifted through the base of the skull and the crown of the head. So I'm going to help myself. It's a suggestion. Everything I say is a suggestion. You can do it or not. So maybe we can just massage the base of the skull, kind of pulling ourselves up, and then massage the crown of the head. Same idea, like there's two strings here just pulling us up. Just 2 or 3 breaths. So I always mention these points, so when we put our hands on, then we just have more of a feeling. So when I say it later, you can just remember what this feels like. Okay, let's drop the arms. Keep doing whatever you want with the lower body. I'm still rocking on the feet, and let's just release that neck so we can drop the chin. Roll the head over to one side. Come back to center. Roll to the other side. So just play around with these half circles. And you kind of figure out what it is you need. So like if you want to pause when the ear is towards the shoulder, go ahead. You know, if you find you get to a point where like it works something out in your upper back and you want to hang out there a bit or add a different kind of movement, like moving the chin up or down, feel free. And as we're doing this, let's see if we can just relax the face, the cheeks, the jaw. So a few more, just getting some movement in the neck. And always exhale through the mouth. I like to exhale through the mouth a lot at the beginning of the practice. It really helps me let go. It's like a cleansing breath. Okay, just a couple more neck moves. All right, let's bring the head back to center. Now, before we work down the body, let's work with the eyes. So the eyes is something I find we forget about a lot. So we're just going to draw circles. So we'll look up first, and then with your eyeballs, go to the left, down, all the way around. So you come back looking up, and then you go to the right, down, all the way around. So that's it. So we just circle left, and then right. And then if you want to join your breath, you could inhale as you do your circle to the left. Exhale, circle to the right. Now the tricky thing is make sure the face doesn't get tense while you're working with the eyes. I know when I focus, I get kind of tense. So we want to do everything with just the amount of effort necessary. Let's do 2 more. Okay, now if it's comfortable, just let the eyes close and let's literally just stand here and breathe. Again, feel the feet on the earth. Imagine those upward pulls through the base of the skull, the crown of the head. Feel the movement of breath wherever, however it's flowing. Now let's just soften the knees. So just like a little bend in the knees and a very lazy movement. We won't even think about it very much. We'll just start swinging the torso side to side. Eyes can always be open or closed, whatever you like. So really loose arms. I like the idea it's like spaghetti arms. Breathe through it, whatever way feels good. Let the head just follow the movement. Starting to wake up the spine, the muscles along the spine. I also like this movement just to kind of feel the space around the body. You know, like claiming that space, cleaning out that space. A few more. Okay, so same concept, but we're going to add the arms and take it up to the heart level. So we'll bring the arms up heart level. We'll let one hand touch the chest and the other hand go back. Again, you breathe through it however you want. So maybe inhaling one side, exhaling the other. It doesn't really matter. So I like to play with visualizations, especially in this exercise. So when the hand touches the chest, I like to imagine loosening up any hardness around the heart. You know, we all build walls for different reasons. So if anything's ready to be loosened, just loosening up. And then when the hand moves away from the heart, just giving it back to the universe. So you're like, thank you for protecting me. Goodbye. And then with this very same movement, we can also imagine every time the hand comes to the heart, like we're just gathering up all the gifts of the universe, anything it is that we want, that we need, anything. You know, love, energy, it could be material things, it doesn't matter. Just taking in whatever it is we want, whatever it is we need, into the heart. And there's one more meaning I like to play with here. So that's when the hand moves away from the heart, sharing the light of our own hearts, our own unique gifts. You can imagine sending it friends, family, just to the world as a whole, whatever. All right, so for the rest of the exercise, maybe 30 seconds or so, just play with it however you want, playing with that concept of giving and receiving. Letting in and letting go. Okay, when you feel ready, start to slow it down. I'll just eventually come back to center and let's open up the feet a little wider. So more like shoulder-ish. Still a nice bend in the knees, and we'll warm up the back. So we can warm up the hands first. And then just give yourself a little low back massage. So it could be flat hands, or sometimes I like the backs of the fists. It doesn't matter, just warm up the low back. Okay, so we'll just place the hands on the low back. So we have our little bend in the knees, and let's do some hip circles. So we inhale forward, exhale back, or however you want to breathe through, it's fine. Just get some movement in the hips. So yoga talks a lot about our energetic centers. And the second chakra, the wheel of energy, in the pelvis, it's all about creativity. So with this movement, I like to imagine just like swirling that creative energy. Let's change direction. When we're tapped into our own creativity, we usually feel pretty good. It's like that playful energy, where everything's like very easy, it flows. And it's fun. Okay, let's come back to center. We can drop the arms. We'll keep playing with the creative energy in the hips. So let's see if we can do like a number 8 with the hips. So one hip goes forward, then back, and then the other hip forward, then back. So once you get into the movement in the hips, you'll notice the shoulders, they're on top of the hips. So they have to follow the movement, right? But we can kind of add the shoulders exaggerated. The arms, you can do whatever you want. You can keep them on the hips. You can add them in. Of course, I like to have fun with it. Make it like a little dance. So like add your attitude, whatever attitude that is, just like bring it out in this dance. Like play with that creative energy. Okay, teeny itty bitty brain workout. Let's change the direction of the hips. Whoop. So I always say this because I'm always surprised about it, but for me, the second direction, way less fun. I have to think about it. It takes me a bit more time to get into it. That's okay. So once we get into the hips, we add the shoulders, do whatever we want with the arms. And then the most important ingredient, attitude. Whatever attitude that is. Just play around, have fun. A few more. Okay, we'll start to slow it down. Maybe just go side to side a bit. See if the shoulders can relax. Remember the upward pulls, base of the skull, crown of the head. Okay, let's bring the feet in. So now we're going to work on the feet. So we'll see if we can come up on the toes. And on the toes, just walk forward and back. I'll go sideways so you can see. So not much, just forward and back. Use whatever space you have. So as we're doing this, keep remembering that upward pull. So the spine is long. It's like we're being lifted up. You know, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a ballerina, so I also like tapping into that feel of being like very regal, graceful. Okay, so next move, we stay on the toes. See if we can turn the toes out. Just waking up all those forgotten muscles. Distance between the feet, it doesn't really matter, whatever is comfortable. Okay, next one, let's see if we can turn the toes in. Whew. Okay, give yourself a little shake. Whew. All right, so I have one more activating exercise for the feet and the legs. We're going to try, we'll just do our best. Let's see if we can stand on the heels. So same thing, on the heels, toes up, forward, back. This one, it's usually a little less comfortable. We just do our best. Remember the upward pulls, it makes it easier. Could be big steps, little steps, doesn't matter. Okay, let's turn the feet out, stay on the heels. Okay, let's turn the feet in. Our last one, trying to stay on the heels. Remember the upward pulls. Lift up. And let the arms just be loose, shoulders relaxed. Okay, whew. Shake it out, maybe tap out the legs. Okay, let's just stand for a moment. So plant the feet, roll the shoulders back and down. Maybe we can open up the palms. Remember the upward pulls, base of the skull, crown of the head. We'll do our 3-part presence practice. So part number 1, breathe with the heart. Whatever way that makes sense for you. So maybe feeling the breath on the chest, the upper back. If you like using the imagination, could imagine the heart like a flower and it's opening up. Whatever. Okay, part number 2, scan the body from the crown of the head. Move your awareness all the way through the whole body, mind. So I like to imagine like a horizontal laser. That way I know that I touch every part of the body, mind. And then part 3, once your awareness finally touches the parts of the body touching the earth, so the soles of the feet, silently say to yourself, I am here. So I'll review the steps and then we'll just do it a few times on our own. So step 1, breathe with the heart. You take as long as you need for each step. Step 2, scan the body from the crown of the head all the way down to the soles of the feet. And once your awareness touches the parts of the body touching the earth, silently say to yourself, I am here. When you do that body scan, the step number 2, really check in with yourself. Notice any parts of the body that feel good, tense. We can also imagine that it's a magic, relaxing scan. And as our awareness moves through the body, just inviting relaxation at the same time. Okay, finish the round you're on. And then just notice how you feel. Okay, release the engagement in the hands. So we can just turn the arms in. Knees can be bent or not. Let's work with the shoulders. So just in as relaxed a way as possible, we'll do some shoulder circles. So let's inhale forward up. Exhale back and down. So you can move your arms whatever way you want. You know, if your spine wants to move, it can move. Yoga is all about connecting with the wisdom of our own body minds. So I do my best to guide that process, but it's up to each of us to go inside, to listen, to see what we want, see what we need. Okay, let's change direction. So we'll inhale back and up. Exhale forward down. I like to use the arms a bit more when I go forward, but again, whatever works for you. I like the idea of like opening up the back of the heart. Okay, let's roll back again. So we can end on an open chest. We'll do 2 more. Okay, just drop the shoulders. Look for the upward pulls, base of the skull, crown of the head. So let's do some prep work for a little mini back bend. So let's turn to the side just so you can see better. So we'll place the hands on the back. So the back bend, we don't want to squish the low back. We want to like lift up and lift up through the heart. So we'll 3 steps. We'll bend the knees, move the pelvis forward, and then just lift up through the heart. Just a little itty bitty back bend. Come back to center. You can breathe through it however you want. So bend the knees, pelvis goes forward, lift up, lean back. I'm exhaling as I lean back, but however you want to do it. Let's do another 2 or 3. So come back, bend, pelvis forward, lift up. 2 more. So back to center, bend the knees, pelvis forward, lift up through the heart. Keep stretching through your spine. Back to center, 1 more. So we bend the knees, pelvis forward, lift up through the heart. And then come back to center. Okay. So we'll put some things together. We'll work with a swinging movement, work with the feet, and work with that little pelvis moving forward. So we'll start just the legs. So just rocking forward and back. So you can lift up onto the toes and onto the heels or not. So the feet could be flat, just rocking forward back, or you could be doing little lifts. So you decide. But when you go forward, notice if you can feel like the pelvis scooping forward. So it's like we're also rocking in the hips. So when we go forward towards the toes, pelvis forward. When we go back towards the heels, pelvis back. So again, let's see if we can relax the face, the cheeks, the jaw. Remember the upward pulls, base of the skull, crown of the head. So we could keep just like this, just working with the lower body, rocking forward and back. Or if it's comfortable, we can add the arms. Oh, I'm so sorry, I forgot the breath. So as we go forward, let's see if we can inhale. Exhale as we go back. So we'll do a few just with the working with the breath. And now check in with yourself, see if you want to add the arms. So if you want to add the arms, when we go forward, inhaling, the arms come up. We exhale back, arms go down. The height doesn't really matter. We kind of want to get into like a swinging motion. This is one of those exercises where we don't really want to think about it. We want to kind of just like let it happen. So get into your own flow. So this is really good for the lymphatic system. I love working with the lymphatic system because that's what moves the waste products out of the body. And unlike the heart, which, you know, has its own pump, the heart, so the circulatory system has the heart pumping the blood and doing the work. But the lymphatic system, it doesn't have a pump. The only pump it has is us. So when we move the body, the lymph moves. Also, of course, when we get a nice massage, that moves the lymph too. So just relax into this as much as you can. Let the breath take over. Let the swinging motion take over. And of course, we can add the intention of just flushing out anything we don't need anymore. You know, any byproducts of our growth, you know, ready to get out of here. Again, see if it's possible to relax the face, maybe even smile. We can also look for the smiles on the inside. And we'll see if we can go maybe another minute. As long as it feels good, of course. Okay, let's start to slow it down. And then again, just take a moment, notice how you feel. Okay, let's work those legs a little more. So we'll do warrior one. So right foot forward, left foot back. Let's try to have the hips pointing forward. So your right knee's over your right ankle, so the right leg's bent. You could have arms hanging down or arms up, whatever you want. So use the legs, like with the legs ground down. Your back leg, you can imagine the back thigh bone like lifting up. So legs are grounding down, upper body's lifting up. And it's a warrior, so let's cultivate our warrior spirits. The mythology behind this pose is like we would be holding a disc between the hands, and we're going to throw it at all the distractions of the mind. Okay, nice inhale. Exhale, drop the arms. We'll just switch sides so we can step forward and then step the right leg back. So left leg forward, right leg back. So left leg's bent, the knees over the ankle. You decide the distance between the legs. Hips forward. So the lower body is grounding down. Push the feet into the earth. Upper body, it's like we're lifting out of our hips. Remember the pole, base of the skull, crown of the head. Arms up or down, whatever you want. Let's just cultivate that warrior spirit. You know, the strength to say no. Or yes. You know, when we say a no to something outside of ourselves, we're saying yes to something inside of ourselves. Okay, big inhale. Exhale, drop the arms, step in again. Okay, so we'll switch sides again. This time it can be a little bit smaller stance. The same concept. So the right leg's bent, left leg's strong. And now we're going to play with the heart. So one hand makes a fist. It's the hand of my leg that's going back, but you can kind of pick which side you want. And the other hand, maybe I'll face you. The other hand is like in front of the heart, and it's just the palm facing forward. So it's just kind of like building that that power of the heart. The heart is actually strongly related to our sense of boundaries. So we can even do a little self-inquiry if you want. You know, where do I need to say no? A few more breaths, or just as long as it's comfortable. Okay, when you're ready, just switch sides. So left leg forward, right leg back. I'm making the fist with my right hand, but it's whatever works in your body, like feel into your body. So it's my left hand lining up with the heart. I'll go at an angle. So palm facing forward, and just like feeling out that shield of the heart, our own internal safety net, our own internal sense of boundaries. And it's so interesting, you know, the heart has its own magnetic field, and it's bigger and it's stronger than that of the brain. So we're feeling out something very real and then something more metaphorical at the same time. So just breathe into it. If you feel like it, you can ask yourself, you know, where do I need more no? How can I say yes to myself? Last couple breaths. And of course, we're working with the front of the body, but the magnetic field of the heart, it extends in all directions. So we can even imagine like this magnetic shield around us. Okay, let's release. Ooh, give yourself a little shake. All right, one more standing thing. I know we did a lot of standing today. So one more standing thing. Let's just work with the whole spine. So as we inhale, on the side so you can see better. As we inhale, we'll bring the chest forward, make fists with the hands, kind of draw down. And then we exhale, round the back, curl into ourselves. So let the head move too. So inhale, open. If you want to reverse the breath, no problem. Exhale, round. Just do a few. Feeling the flexibility of the spine, feeling the feet planted on the earth. And, you know, feeling the heart shine forward and up and also back. Last few. Okay, let's end on the open position. Just hold it for a second. And when you're ready, exhale, release. Okay, so we'll come down to the mat. It's a good moment if you have socks, sweaters. I never took my socks off. Clothing. If you want to turn off overhead lights, that kind of stuff. And then when you feel ready, just come down to sitting. We'll do just 2 or 3 seated things, and then we'll lie down. So the first seated thing, when you're ready, soles of the feet together, if they can. It doesn't matter how close they are to the body. They could be out here. Doesn't really matter. We just want to let those hips open a little more. Like a little butterfly, a little up and down, if that feels good. And then the most important thing, see if the sit bones can push down and the spine can get long. So remember the upward pull through the base of the skull and the crown of the head. Just a couple breaths here. Okay, so let's take it into a twist. So we'll extend the left leg forward. We'll keep the right leg bent. We can either have the foot inside the leg or we can cross it to the outside of the leg. So I hope that makes sense. I know it's not always super clear. So just one leg crossed over the other leg. Interlace the hands below the knee. Find your sit bone so you're sitting really nice and tall. open up that chest and just breathe nice and deep. Try to have the left leg, the leg that's on the bottom, engaged so you can pull the toes towards you. Okay, so we'll add our twist. So we're going to be twisting towards the leg that's bent. So my bent leg is my right leg. So I'm going to grab the back of the thigh with the right hand. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale, twist towards the right. I can grab onto the knee with the hand or maybe wrap the elbow. My right hand comes behind me. If possible, turn the head towards the right shoulder. And then we just breathe into this twist. Relax the face, relax anything that can be relaxed. Okay, with an inhalation, come back to center. And as you exhale, just switch sides. So now the right leg is on the bottom. We bend the left leg. You could have the foot inside the right leg, or you could cross it. The right leg, the leg that's on the bottom, is nice and engaged. Pull the toes towards you. Interlace the hands below the left knee. And just open up the chest. Come up high on the sit bones. Remember the upward pulls, base of the skull, crown of the head. And breathe nice and deep, deep with the belly. Look for something to relax. Maybe the cheeks, the jaw. The belly can be pretty relaxed here. Okay, let's add the twist. So left hand behind the left thigh, we're twisting towards the bent leg. Inhale the right arm up, stretch. Exhale as you twist to the left, so you can hold on to the knee with the hand or the elbow. Left hand comes behind, we turn the head towards left shoulder. So try to keep the leg on the bottom, the right leg active, toes still pulling towards the body. And then just breathe into the twist. Okay, with an inhale, come back. And with the exhale, release. Let's make our way down onto the back. So have anything you might need for the relaxation close by. If you have a blanket you want to cover up with or anything. We'll just do a couple more things before we go into relaxation. So start knees to chest, just rocking side to side. Okay, we can come back to center. Put the right foot down on the floor, and we'll have the left leg lifted and bent 90 degrees. So when you look forward, you can't see your own toes. Hold on to the left knee, so the fingers behind the knee, the thumbs beside the knee, like we're holding the knee on top of the hip. And we'll just do some ankle circles with that left foot. Okay, change direction. Notice like the quality of the circles, how it feels. There might be some like crunchiness, that's okay. And also notice where you feel sensation. So this is another movement that like wakes up the muscles that have fallen asleep. All right, give yourself a little shake. Interlace the hands around that left knee. Inhale here. Exhale, pull the knee into the chest. So just a couple more times. Inhale the knee away. Exhale, pull it in. 2 more, go with your breath. And 1 more. Okay, release. Put that left foot down. We'll do our ankle circles on the other side. So we lift up the right leg 90 degrees. So when we look forward, we can't see our own toes. We hold on to the knee, fingers in the back, thumbs on the sides. And we just start to rotate the ankle. Change direction. And give yourself a little shake to release. Again, we'll interlace the hands around that right knee. Inhale the knee away from the body. Exhale, pull it into the chest. So just do a few, follow your own breath, inhaling away. Exhaling, pulling in. Okay, release the leg. And let's get ourselves ready for a relaxation. So start by finding a position that feels good for this morning. So you could always choose to have the knees bent, lean them one into the other. This is nice if there's any low back sensitivity. If the low back is very comfortable, you could always extend the legs down on the ground. The shoulders, we can kind of just tuck the shoulders underneath the back. Tuck the chin in towards the chest a little bit. I usually like my arms to the sides, palms facing up. But if the floor is cold or you just prefer it, you can always rest the hands on the body too. Make sure you're warm and comfortable. Let's feel all the parts of the body touching the earth. And maybe we can consciously offer all of this weight to the earth. Take this opportunity to let everything go.
just for these next few minutes. You know, after our practice, you can pick up whatever you want. But for now, let's forget everything. The name of this pose, Shavasana, it translates to corpse pose. So there's nothing to do, nothing to change, nothing to control. Let go even of the breath. Just watch how it's flowing all by itself. Let's give ourselves permission to relax.
very, 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 very gently start to wake the body mind. So it could just be wiggling the fingers, the toes, once you feel ready. Maybe rotate the ankles, the wrists. And eventually give yourself a full body stretch, arms overhead. Inviting fresh energy, fresh oxygen into the whole body mind. Okay, before we get up, let's do our banana stretch. It's really good for digestion. So we can slide the right foot out to the right. Stay like really lazy and relaxed. Left foot comes on top of the right foot. Arms are still overhead. Grab your left wrist with the right hand and then just kind of drag the upper body over to the right. So just making a little banana shape and then breathe into it. You can even exaggerate the breath in the belly. Okay, come back to the middle and just take a breath or two in the middle. And then we'll make our lazy banana on the other side. So left foot goes out to the left, right foot comes on top of the left foot. Left hand grabs the right wrist. We kind of drag ourselves over to the left. So we make that little banana shape. It might not be super dramatic, don't worry. We just want to make a little more space along the right side in the belly and the rib cage. And then we just breathe into that space. Okay, when you're ready, come back to the center, just another breath or two. And then we can take the knees to the chest, arms around the knees, and just rock a little side to side, massaging the back. And eventually roll all the way to the right side. And we can just stay on the right side for a moment. Support the head with the arm. Just take a couple breaths, relaxing into the earth, feeling and receiving the support of the earth. If there's anything else to let go, give it to the earth. If there's anything you want to plant, an intention, if there's any kind of support, nourishment you might need, you can ask the earth for it. And then taking your time, so using an inhalation, using the strength of the arms, we'll just gently press up, take your time. And make your way into any comfortable seated position. We'll just enjoy this last minute. So maybe a hand on the heart, maybe a hand on the belly. Take your time, there's no rush. feel the parts of the body touching the earth. Imagine the upward pull through the base of the skull, through the crown of the head. And if it feels good, you can maybe thank yourself or look for 1 or 2 things to be grateful for.